Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Deberia Empowerment, and I named this video Twin Flame Energy Check Union Alert because I've been getting some downloads about the twins doing like this merging of energies for quite some time now. It's like they're trying to synchronize with each other. They're trying to come together. And when I see them merging in the spirit realm, they literally become one person. And it's like they become one soul. And they share a soul. But the purpose is to come into union. It's it's like you you do the soul work. You evolve into this place where you first union is first. You meet them in the 3D, the third dimension, and then you experience what union feels like, and I call that the love bubble. You experience what it feels like to be whole and to be fulfilled and to be your authentic self and not to have to pretend to be someone else, or you feel wholeness and you feel peace and unconditional love. And that's a given time frame that you're given this little bubble phase so that you can experience what it could be and what it should be to be in divine union with yourself and with your counterpart. What is a counterpart? A counterpart is another individual who is exactly like you, who's doing the same thing. They may be doing it a different way because they have their own expression of their spiritual gifts, but they share a lot of the same spiritual gifts as you. Uh, at a soul level, and then principle wise and more moral wise, you are the same. So being that you are the same, you end up mirroring each other. That's why they call it a twin flame, even though true, twins in the 3D, like if you have a sister or a brother set of twins or whatever, they are usually completely different. They only look alike. Well, when you're dealing with soul twin flames or twin connection of the soul, then they are alike. They don't they may not necessarily look alike, even though they can have some similarities in their visual expression of their earthly avatar or whatever. They could have some similarities in how they they could have um they I have seen situations where twins have mirrored each other in a way where if this one got a tooth pull, the other one got the same tooth pull. If this one has a cold, the other one has a cold. If this one, ate pizza today, then the other one may not have eaten pizza, but they may have eaten some of the same things, you know, or they may be thinking, I kind of feel like I want a pizza. These are just small little synchronicities that occur as they begin to link up and they come into union. Now, that's the first stage is, like I said, union. Then you have separation. The separation might happen multiple times. It may be some multiple small ones. You could actually be in a whole relationship and experience the separation because it's an energy. It's not necessarily true. It's an experience that you have to go through so that you can work on yourself. And you spend a lot of time alone. The twins spent a lot of time alone. They were probably alone most of their lives because they are unique and they are leaders, and so they're not sheeple. Never is a twin flame a sheeple. They are usually alpha people. They're usually type A people, and this is why the union is so difficult, because being a leader and being someone who follows your own heart and your own intuition, your own inner guidance, you're not going to easily just follow someone else. You're not going to easily just walk with someone else. And so that's why these type people can only be at full, wholeness with their twin soul, because they actually love themselves. They actually are loners. So the best person to be with you, if you're a type A person, type like that, and your soul energy is set up that way, is to be with your own soul. You can find a soulmate, but ultimately that soulmate will make you, if you are a twin flame and you're trying to be in a soulmate connection, you won't feel the fullness, the peace, the fulfillment. You'll be happy, but it'll be like a shell of happiness. It won't be as deeply fulfilling as if you're with your twin flame. And so you will end up not reaching your fullest potential because your twin will challenge you to be your best and to be your more authentic self, and a soulmate would just, kind of love you where you are. And that's good. That's absolutely good. Soulmates, yay. People want soulmates, but I want a transformation mate. I want my soul. I want, this is the kind of things that you'll feel and you'll say to yourself, and I've actually have some clients who I've dealt with who have decided to leave the twin flame connection and explore a soulmate connection. And that is part of their soul's journey, to explore the soulmate connection. I think most times twins do this so that they could know, it's like knowing beyond a shadow of doubt that this is what my soul chooses. This is what my soul wants. This is what my soul more resonates with. So sometimes the twins, both or one, will go off and experience soulmate connections. And this is just a part of their learning process, the soul evolution process they're learning. And the other twin goes through quite a bit when this happens, because they're feeling rejected, they're feeling neglected, they're feeling like, oh, you don't love me, oh, you chose someone else over me. But this is because inside themselves, they weren't expressing self-love to themselves. So when the twin that is feeling this way is expressing these energies, it's really because they have to explore themselves and explore their self-love. They've been neglecting themselves. They've been rejecting themselves. They decided to explore outside of themselves rather than inside themselves, going within. And all of these things take place during the separation processes. It could be multiple mini ones, or it could be one big one, because there have been some twin flame connections where the twins have been have had so much karma to go through and been so stubborn, or maybe just been completely oblivious of the connection and what it is altogether. And it's been years that they've been separated. They could actually be married to each other and spend years in feeling like, I'm with somebody who's, who I'm not connecting with, who I can't let go of because I love this person. This is my soul. I'll go through high hell and hot water with them. But anyway, I'm just explaining the phases, because what happens in the at the end is actually reunion. After you've gone through these phases, you learn your lessons, you explore the self-love, you've explored yourself, you've activated each other onto your soul missions. That's an important aspect too. You're activated. You're usually activated, from my experience with my clients, you're activated when you're in the same vicinity. So, for instance, your twin is in Georgia and you live in Alabama. But you were living in Virginia. So you moved from Virginia to Alabama, and that time frame, your twin just happened to be passing, has family in Montgomery. So in Alabama, or, I'm just naming stuff that actually happened. I'm sorry. So I'm giving you ideas. So they're passing through the capital of Alabama, going back home at that same time that you're passing through Georgia to come to the capital of Alabama to relocate. And boom, now your energies are in the same field. You're in the same place. So now you've been activated. You may not have ever seen this person. You may not see this person. It may be years before you even meet this person. The universe will synchronize it. But the energy is there, and now you've been activated. And now you're going through all these transitions, and you're going through these awakenings, and you're having extension symptoms. You have no idea what's going on. You are experiencing astral projection. You're experiencing psychic patterns. You're seeing you're having dreams and visions and seeing these things manifest immediately. You find that you're changing on a soul level, on a cellular level, on a personality wise. You are shifting who you are out of the social norm, out of the status quo. You find yourself being more interested in your passions, going, breaking against social norms. You start, and then people are like, oh, you're just going through a midlife crisis. Well, what if you're not in the middle of your life when this energy happens? You can't, that's not really, a feasible explanation for the experience. You begin to become more aware of the world, of the universe, of the oneness of all things, and you just start doing these shifts systematically, and the synchronicities just occur, and boom, one day your intuition tells you to be at a place at a time, and that's when you have the initial union. And when you meet this person, it's like, and you never heard of love at first sight. Those type movies and stuff that you've seen, those type beautiful stories, those things are about twin flame connections. Those things aren't about soulmate connections. Soulmate connections develop over time. You may become friends with your soulmate first, but your twin, you immediately feel a oneness and a connection, and you immediately feel like, oh, I've known you forever. And you have, because you've known yourself forever, and this person shares the same soul energy and the same frequency, same resonance, all those things. So it's really a beautiful experience. And I've said this, and I said this before, every time I've seen a superhero movie, or every time I've seen someone get activated with some kind of superpower, or if every time I've seen some kind of romantic movie that is really showing you how despite all odds, these people will be together, they're destined to be together. Those are stories of twin flames, you guys. Those are not soulmate stories, because a soulmate will be in and out, can be in your life, they just flow. Your soulmate could be a dog, your soulmate could be your uncle, they could be a relative, they could be a child that reminds you of yourself quite a bit, and you sort of just take a liking to dealing with this person and working with this person, because you see in them aspects of yourself that weren't nurtured. You could a soulmate could be a friend that you come and deal with, and they leave, and they can be gone for years, and then they come back and you're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, right back where you were. Well, twin flame is not like that at all. It is a lot of people will romanticize the connection, but it's very spiritual. It's actually deeper than just romantics. It's actually very spiritual and transformational. So what I was saying, and the purpose of it is, it has a very great purpose for not just them, but for the world, because the twins are humanitarians, they are philanthropists, they are healers, they are light workers, they are earth angels. And so they're often very busy doing things for other people. And that is also part of their lesson, to slow down and learn how to love yourself, slow down and learn how to pour back into you. And because as long as you have to do both, though, it's learning of balance. That's why they have to be synchronized, and they have to wait for divine timing for certain things to occur. Well, they don't have to wait for anything. Divine timing just happens. It just happens. So if you've gone through those phases and you know where you are in that connection, where you are in that phase, I am letting you know that if this is for you, you'll know it's for you, period. I mean, really, there's no other way to tell you how else to line it up, but you know what phases you've been through or what issues you've experienced. But the energy of union is actually here. It came in September. It came in September. So there will be more intense tests, more intense trials, more intense clearing, because they're about to actually merge. So whenever I think of the merger, I think of like Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta and Goku, when they actually merged together, because and then they had different ways that they were merging. Like when they merged together, they put their little fingers together like that. My son and I, we talk about this often, how they become one being, and the different levels of strength of those being determined by the levels of strength they're at when they merge. Like one situation we were talking about where they have like a Gogeta and a Vegito, and I think they have a third merger, but the it's a lot of esoteric knowledge in cartoons, you guys. Ooh, oh my goodness. I could sit here and one day I want to have a classroom setting and have a movie play and go through the movie and show you all the esoteric stuff that's in the movies or in the cartoons or in the shows and explain it to you. I might do that. I might do a PowerPoint presentation and post it so people could see these things. But this is talking about the activation of the soul and the soul energy, activating powers, leveling up spiritually. And these are the things that the twins do. And as they merge together, there has to be, it even talks about it in the Bible when they'll say, how can two walk except they agree? You cannot, two cannot walk except they agree. And then they were talking about being unequally yoked in the Bible. And this is a representation of an ox being yoked up with another ox, so for one purpose. And this shared purpose, if you're not yoked up with someone who's like you, or someone who's a leader, who has shared a soul with you, who shares a mind, who shares a mentality, who shares morals with you, then you can't walk, because there will be confusion and arguments all the time. There will be disruptions all the time. And so the stronger one will always be dragging the weaker one. So this is another principle that I've learned throughout my life, that the stronger will always draw the weaker. So if this is energetic wise too, if you carry a strong energy, you will always be, you will be the one who is pulling on, pulling. The weaker will always be pulling from you, or you will be always giving to the weaker one, or you will be transforming the weaker one by your energy. Now, how this works, seeing an image in my mind, actually, if the weaker one is vampiric, then they're strong in their vampirism. So he's like, how is this person weaker and they're pulling from me and it's making me weak? Because that's vampiric energy. That's different. That's a vampire. That's an energy vampire. But anyway, let's get into this. I'm going to pull some cards about the union, but the reunion energy, like I said, it came in September. I've been telling people about it since April, that the energy would be here in September. Some of the twins that I have been dealing with, that I know, they are already synchronizing and coming into union. And I want to say congratulations to them for their soul work, and also congratulations to them for their work that they are about to do together, because they're linking up now to do their soul missions together, whatever those may be, they know. So let's just get into this energy. First, I'm going to see what, I don't want to use that deck because you can't really see it on the computer. I'm going to check the energy of divine feminine and divine masculine individually, then of the union. Okay. I got 500 million decks of cards, you guys. Why? Because I like them. Okay, so this is going to be the energy of divine masculine here. Thank you, divine sacred universe, for clarity. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, in charge of aiding and assisting the higher self coming together in the earthly dimension for the purpose of unity, healing, enlightenment, love. Could you please give me divine masculine's energy pertaining to the twin flames, please? Okay, so it kind of felt like this would come out. We have a Knight of Swords here. So what I'm seeing here with divine masculine, Knight of Swords, divine masculine is kind of like on a warpath, honestly. He's on a warpath. He's cutting out things that no longer serve him right now. He's cutting out individuals from his life. I'm seeing a tower in the back. He has set some tower on fire. So there is a situation or a life situation or connections that he have, and he's burning bridges right now. I'm feeling like he's burning bridges. Yeah, because I'm actually hearing that song in my head. Burning bridges. Yesterday is past. Got to travel light. He's about to move. got to move, but I want to stay. Gotta find me somebody who won't give me love and then take it away. So he's had some deception in his life, or he's realizing that he's been surrounded by deceptive people. And so what he's doing is he's cutting things out. I'm also seeing the 9 of Wands here, which is a wounded warrior, someone who is still fighting. But I see him also at odds with himself with this. There's something that he is considering cutting out, but he wants to stay. So I'm feeling like with this Tower moment, there's some things being that he's shaking up. He is the one shaking things up to see who lasts, who can stand, who what is true, to shake to. And I see a lot of blood on his sword. So he's actually cutting a lot of people with his words, with his actions. He's being very strategic, and this is a war. He's actually going to war, and he's being very strategic. Now it looks very chaotic to the outside world, but it's very strategic, because on the inside, as he's doing this cutting, he is actually testing the values of others. He's testing the perseverance, resilience. He's testing the honor of those around him as he's doing this cutting, and he's doing very harsh cutting actually. And is this cutting, this sword is his truth, because he's trying to get the truth. He's trying to explore and find out what his truth is. I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles here. He's trying to decide where he wants to invest, because in the past he may have invested in some situations, into things, and invested years into these situations and things, and he's waited for them to come into fruition. He's waited for a yield, and he has not received that yield. Sorry guys, a little under weather. He's not received that yield. And so now he's like, okay, I'm ready to give something. I'm ready to invest in something. I'm ready to love again. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to build someplace. But right now, these places that I have invested in the past, they have to come down before I can have something new. This is also Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, guys. Ace of Pentacles. This is also a divine grant of a second chance. Oh my goodness. I'm having to cough so much more when I'm talking about this, because there is a such thing as dark energies, you guys. And there is also such thing as a blocked throat chakra. So, okay. Anyway, I usually have these interferences when I'm talking about such things. But I keep going anyway. I keep shuffling. I keep going. This is a divine grant of a second chance. So this is also him cutting away and clearing out energies from a connection or from a situation or from himself. He's also, I'm seeing him at odds with himself. Like I said, I see him battling with himself, battling with his ideas, battling with the things that he's being faced with. Because I see a knight, but I also see a warrior. And the warrior, where he may have been doing some battles and may have been, had these small battles, these things that he had overcome, these karmic cycles that he had to close out. However, he's having to get some clarity in his mind. So what he's doing is he's actually testing everyone around him with his actions, and he's being very, very strategic, and it looks like he's just being an asshole. But what he's doing is he's pressing buttons. He's pressing everyone's buttons to see how they tick. Very, very extremely intelligent he is. So I'm saying here, this Two of Swords. So he had been in a mode where he wasn't making a decision, and he hasn't made a decision still yet. He's making a decision to go for his own happiness with this Nine of Cups here. Now, this is also, okay, guys, this is how I'm seeing it. I'm just going to say it how I see it. It looks like he's being very toxic. It looks like he's being very toxic. I'm going to say it one more time. It looks like he's being very toxic. But really, he's being a mole. He's being a mole. So he is infiltrating. He's infiltrating. So he is mimicking to get information. He's doing investigative work. So because he is sick of being left in the dark about a lot of things, and he's going within to listen to his intuition, His intuition is telling him to be strategic in how he discovers this information that he's trying to get. So he's being a mole right now. And he's quite satisfied with how it's going because everybody thinks that this person is not as intelligent as he is, but the soul is a genius. His soul is a genius. Hold on. I'm recording. Go sit down. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on his show. I'm recording. Okay. Meanwhile, at the same time as he's doing this, he's being mirrored back to him who he is and what he has done, and he's doing a lot of introspection and reflection. Because he's in this very Knight of Swords energy, this is swift movement. He's actually getting information about himself just as swiftly as he's getting information about others, and he's learning. He's developing. His character is being redeveloped. I think that's what I want to call it. It's not his character. He's fine-tuning his principles. He's fine-tuning his principles. Like, he already has very high morals and high principles, and he feels like he will tell his truth, but he's realizing that his truth is not necessarily the only truth. Okay, so, and he understands this, but he has never had to actually face it. That, for instance, my truth is that he could be saying that his truth is that he's an honest person, but it's being reflected to him that sometimes his honesty is very brutal, and his honesty is not the truth. It's how he feels. It's his perception. It's his reality. It is not that of another. So while he's saying, oh, I'm an honest guy, that's good. This is a good character trait to have. Then others are now reflecting back to him. And even maybe his twin is also reflecting back to him that your honesty is brutal and it's painful, and your words are very cutting and sharp, and they don't have any emotion or love in it. And I don't see any emotion or love in anything that he's saying, because he's going within. He's focusing on himself right now, and that is okay, and that's good because for him, because he's doing what he has to do to follow his own heart and his happiness and have his wishes fulfilled. I do see him indulging in some good times. I see him indulging in some good times. So while he's doing this, he actually is quite enjoying the drama. Okay, Four of Wands here. Okay, why is the Four of Wands here, you guys? Four of Wands represents stability. This is the 1111 portal. This is the hooper. This is having gone through. Okay, we're just going to count it up to the Four of Wands. We got the one, which is the new passionate beginning. So in order to get the four, you got to have 1, 2, 3, right? So then you have the two, which is making a decision about what direction your future is going to take. And then the Three of Wands is waiting for your shifts to come in. And then you get that fourth wand. And that fourth wand is stability. And I'm thinking that this is feeling like he's trying to find where, like I said, he's wanting to become more settled. He's trying to find out where to place this pentacle, where to invest his love, time, and attention. I don't feel like this is about money, because I'm seeing swords, which is thought, and I'm seeing passion, which is Wands, fire energy. I see no water here. Well, I see cups here with the song. He actually has no earth here, actually. Okay. He has. Why is the Four of Wands here, please? You don't want to talk about the Four of Wands? Like, gosh. What am I missing? Okay, let's see what I'm missing because nothing's coming out. He's investing. There's something that he's very passionate about. Someone, duh, we know who it is. His twin. He's very passionate about, and he's willing to fight for it, but he wants it to be right and he wants it to be righteous. So what he's doing is he's cutting through and sifting through all of the fog because it's dark on this Knight of Swords card, and then there's light here with this 9 of Wands. So he's wanting to bring some things out of the darkness into the light, and the universe is giving him an opportunity to do that, giving him a second chance, but he has to decide. He has to go within and trust his intuition and decide before he can get this happiness. He has to make a decision before he can get this happiness. And ultimately, the universe is giving him the 4 of Wands. It's giving him a divine and sacred union, a connection, a divine sacred union with himself. He had the 2 of Wands, which is his 2 of Wands, what he's going to do, his part of the twin flame journey, and her 2 of Wands, her part, what she's going to do. And right here, there's a lot of 2 symbolism here with this 2 swords. They're having to both go within and trust their intuition. But I'm also paying attention to how this is crisscrossed because the twins both represent a half. So this half of the brain controls this half of the body, but it's controlling the sword on this side. So this is her side of the thought process, her side of the journey, and his side of the journey. And then as they are crossing up, they're becoming one, but they're coming one spiritually and going within because this is a spiritual connection. The moon is over here. This is their intuition that is guiding them to this 4 of Wands, cutting out those things. It could, now let me see what's going on with Divine Feminine. At the bottom of the deck is showing the 8 of Pentacles. The Divine Masculine is, working on himself, working to find out, putting in work to find out what is actually going on, putting in work to find out clarity, doing this thing that I just told you he was doing. That's his work. He's being very strategic. He's being very focused because he's ready to decide where he wants to invest his time. Where does he want to start? Now, this investing his time, investing his coin, investing his love. I just saw 3303. The threes are master ascended master numbers, so you may want to look that up. Also, this is about mastering a craft, mastering himself, or mastering his passion. Whatever it is, he's putting a lot of work and thought into. Once he comes out and he's satisfied, once he comes out and takes this blindfold off, and he is satisfied with this little smug smirk right here, he's satisfied with his decision, then he'll move into the 4 of Wands energy. That is the union energy. He will decide where he wants to invest this pentacle, where he wants to give this divine grant from the universe. The hand of God is giving him something and it's telling him, decide, choose this. That's what the universe is telling him. But in order to do that, he has to get mental clarity. Now tell me what's going on with Divine Feminine. 33 minutes on Divine. Well, it wasn't that much on him. It was mostly me doing intuitive and talking. So we see here the Moon card. So Divine Feminine is, I want to say, doing a lot of shadow work, but I'm hearing talking to the moon, still trying to get to you, in hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon, So right here on this card, I actually see two wolves. One is actually howling at the moon, and as this one is howling at the moon, is causing this contraption or this apparatus to turn. The sound, the vibrational frequency of this one howling at the moon is causing this apparatus to turn. So I'm gonna come a little closer so you can see the picture. Okay, so this one is howling at the moon, and it's causing this to light up and to turn to illuminate the moon, the darkness. This one right here is actually looking at that wolf. Right here is the crab. So the crab is Cancer energy, which is very emotional, very intuitive. So I'm seeing Divine Feminine is actually going with her self-trust and intuition. She may be in kind of a hermit mode, but also the moon represents secrets. So there are things that this masculine is mirroring back to her, and she's mirroring to him at this time. Is revealing a lot of hidden things, a lot of secrets, things that were hidden within them, things from their past that needed to be healed. And the one that is howling at the moon is actually free. It does not have a collar around its neck. So there's a free wolf and a domesticated one, because this other one that is staring, I think what's happening, what I'm seeing here, you guys, is that actually Divine Masculine is looking at Divine Feminine's freedom, and he wants to be free like that, or he wants to here that she is showing him a side of him that he wants to explore. She excuse me, guys, is tapping in to her innate self, and there's a form of freedom there. She's showing him how to be himself, how to set himself free. But she actually is talking to the moon because she doesn't want to be free. They want what each, I don't know. It's like, okay, let's see. She doesn't want to be free because I keep feeling like she's talking to the moon about this collar around his neck. Now, I don't know whether she's telling the moon. It feels like she's telling the moon about this collar around his neck. Like, why does he have this collar around his neck? The devil card, right? She's praying right now before him to have clarity and to have this. He has some kind, he's bound by something. He's being, and she's talking to the divine about it. Like, please set this person free because this person wants to be free like me. And so we can be lone, we can be together, we can walk and roam together. But this one is chained. This one has a collar around his neck. Also, with the collar around his neck, he has a more prominent reflection. So he's more grounded, or not. He's more grounded in the physical realm than she is. She's more grounded in the spiritual. Okay. What else is Divine Feminine? Divine Feminine feels bound by what's binding him. This devil card. But I'm also seeing a lot of karma here. Well, that's a devil card here for Divine Feminine. I'm hearing, I'm addicted to loving you. I'm addicted to loving you. Maybe that's what she's howling to the moon, that she feels like she can't get away from this person. She doesn't want to be away from him, but she feels like very strongly attracted to him. She feels attracted to his darkness, his dark energy. Oh, now you want to say something when I say she's attracted to his dark energy, and what comes out on top of everything is the Scorpio card, death. Okay, let's see what's under here. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, like I said, she doesn't want to be free, but she is. I see with this Nine of Pentacles here, and the Hermit, and then the Death card. So what I'm seeing is going on with Divine Feminine is She's having to go within and deal with some addictions. She's dealing with some addictions, but at the same time, she's balancing out her dark and her light. She's balanced out the things that her self-worth. I'm seeing self-worth issues she's balancing out at this time because she's actually very fulfilled. She actually has everything with this Nine of Pentacles. What she's waiting for is this is divine masculine's divine grant, of a second chance. She just needs that ninth pentacle to have the 10 of Pentacles, which is the legacy and the family life. And that's she has all 9 pentacles by herself. She has 9 pentacles by herself. She has everything at her disposal. But there's this devil card here, and this is what's bothering me, is that she's actually not happy. She's not happy because she wants that 10th one. She wants that 10th pentacle so that she can be fulfilled. And she feels like she has this bird sitting on her hand, and it's like a messenger, but the messenger actually is bound to her. So it's like the message isn't actually going anywhere. It can only go so far. And these same strings are binding her hair. So it feels like right now she's feeling bound by her success. She's feeling bound by her success, mentally bound by her success. Hold on. You don't hurry to turn on his show, so be quiet and do it. This is why I usually don't record, because it be so much going on. But oh well, the message going how the message is going. Anyway. And they always want my attention at this time. No. Anyway, so she's having to go within and transform her thought processes, basically, because she is kind of in a disgruntled energy. They're both kind of in a disgruntled energy, so they're mirroring each other, because he has divine feminine is in his life. So, it can look as simple as just be together, but that's not how it works, because it's a spiritual thing, and there are spiritual battles that need to be fought and dealt with, and there are things that need to be addressed. They're under the surface, so you're feeling a lot of intense clearing going on here. A lot of intense clearing going on here. So the universe is actually telling divine feminine to go within with this Hermit card and with this Moon card and explore herself more and explore and see her own toxicities. I guess this is what this is looking like, actually. And I don't like to use the word toxicities because everyone has some traits that are less desirable than others. So what she's actually having to do is go inside and on the outside, she looks so well put together, but on the inside, there is some darkness and some things that needs to be shed light on, and some deep healing that needs to occur. And so what she's doing is like I said, she's going within and clearing those energies and putting it into them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna give her 6th card. Last minute things, divine masculine is having to clear out external stuff, worldly stuff, external situation, external things. He's having to clean that stuff up. She's having to clean up the internal so that the internal and external can match. They're both being clear, so they are actually mirroring each other, and they are both doing their soul work. The same toxicities and dark connections that are on the outside, she's cleaning up on the inside. He's cleaning them on the outside, she's cleaning them on the inside. And we have the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles here. Just like I said, there's something that he doesn't want to let go of, and there's something she doesn't want to let go of either. They're both ending with a 4 here. He has a 9 of cups. She has 9 pentacles. Okay, let me show you guys something. Okay, this is where I'm saying they're mirroring it with this Hermit card. She's going within. This is a lot of ancient wisdom and access to Akashic records, shining light on infinity, being so much within herself that it seems like she has aged. She has a lot of ancient knowledge, but he's also going within. But as they are twins, they are tapping in. So as he goes within, he's actually meeting with, and as I'm saying, he's going within. You see, there's a feminine on this card. So as he's going in and tapping into his feminine energy, she's going within and tapping into her divine masculine energy to give herself support for her feminine energy, to give her divine masculine's feminine energy support. So as he's going inside in the physical realm and he's trying to make a decision, when he taps into his intuition, she and him share a soul. So she's there in the spirit realm when he goes there, and she's shining this light, this wisdom. She's bringing him she's bringing him light, enlightenment, truth. And this infinity is their connection, their eternal connection with each other in the spiritual realm. He has the 9 cups, which is wish fulfillment, and she has the 9 pentacles, which is the 9 of Pentacles represents a single card. Again, there is a masculine here and a feminine here. The 9, and then we have the 2 of Swords and the Hermit card, mirroring back and forth masculine, feminine energy, masculine, feminine, masculine energy. So what I feel like they're doing is balancing their masculine and feminine energies. Why? Oh, why? Is someone calling me now? I don't know, but they'll be all right. Shit. People haven't been calling me for days. And now I'm doing this, and now my phone wants to ring. Anyway, so the 4 of Pentacles is here, and the 4 of Wands. So they're mirroring each other with these numbers, with these energies, because these also, he's trying to figure out where he wants to settle his passion. He's pursuing his passion. She's pursuing her stability, because I'm seeing more pentacles here in her energy, and I'm seeing more wands here in his energy. So his passion is her. She is his passion, but he is her pentacle. He's her fulfillment. He has what she needs to be fulfilled. What I'm seeing is that in the spiritual realm, divine feminine she's accomplished, or they will come into the fullness of who they are. And once they are together, they will come into the fullness of their gifts, their power, their financial abundance, their material wealth. It's all promised. It's all sitting here waiting for them in the same position, in the same place. And it's just on the other side of his decision. It's on the other side of her going within and recognizing her value. She needs to recognize her value so he can see it. And he needs to make a decision so she recognizes her value. So it's like simultaneously these things need to occur, because they're interconnected and interdependent on one another. She needs to see her value and recognize the wisdom and wealth of knowledge and love that is within her, and value herself and put herself first. And he needs to do the same thing with dealing with these external connections, these worldly connections that he has had. He needs to recognize that there is something more to life, and that is what he's discovering crossroads with, whether or not he wants to burn every bridge or whether or not he wants to salvage one. Or is anything worth salvaging from these connections? Let's see what her subconscious at the bottom of the deck is. The Lover's card. Now I find this interesting that her subconscious message is the Lover's card, because here on this Lover's card in particular, Six of Cups is right under it. Let's see what's under his. Queen of Rods. Okay, like I said. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna come back to this. Like I said, he's working on pursuing his passion, and his passion is the Queen of Rods. The Queen of Rods is this beautiful, earthly woman, this passionate connection that he has with this other person. But I'm going to just continue this reading in another thing because I gotta take this call. So I'll see you guys later. Hello.